Thank you for staying with us for the AM News. Now, in our first story, a bipartisan group of MPs and some MCEs are calling for calm as a land dispute involving the chiefs of Effutu and Gomoa continues to deteriorate. There have been encounters or counter-accusations of encroachment of land between the two traditional authorities in the central region. Now, as the tensions between the two traditional authorities escalate, Deputy Majority Leader Alexander Akakpo, who's leading the group of political leaders, says no one will be allowed to take any land that rightfully belongs to any traditional authority.
Representatives of our constituents and advocate for peace and stability, we stand united in our unwavering commitment to resolving this issue and safeguarding the ancestral lands of all chiefs within our jurisdiction. At a joint meeting held yesterday, attended by all of us here present, we carefully considered the concerns surrounding the aforementioned land dispute and recognized the necessity for proactive measures to address the challenges at hand. To ensure a fair and comprehensive resolution, we emphasize the importance of engaging with all relevant chiefs and opinion leaders, fostering an environment of constructive dialogue and mutual understanding. Throughout this process, we remain dedicated to conducting ourselves with the highest level of integrity, treating all parties involved or affected with fairness and respect, acknowledging the significance of transparency and impartiality. We strive to protect rights and reputations of all individuals throughout the resolution process. Furthermore, and to urgently alleviate rising tensions and promote a peaceful environment, we acknowledge the importance of engaging with paramount chiefs, along with relevant government bodies such as the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, Ministry of Local Government, and Ministry of Interior. By involving these stakeholders, we aim to comprehensively address administrative and traditional boundary issues, fostering a coordinated effort towards lasting solution. We will actively engage with other relevant stakeholders, including the Lands Commission, potential estate developers, and leaders of businesses within the affected areas.
Now, Alexander Akakpo also announced the formation of a bipartisan committee to investigate the concerns of the chiefs.
This issue transcends partisan affiliations, requiring a united approach from all political leaders. With this in mind, we intend to establish a bipartisan committee dedicated to thoroughly investigating the underlying concerns, ensuring an impartial and comprehensive approach to resolving the disputes. As political leaders, we hold the responsibility of preserving the cultural heritage and security of our communities. We assure the chiefs within our respective areas that we will utilize our influence and authority to protect their ancestral lands from any unjust encroachment. Our commitment to maintaining peace, unity, and the well-being of our constituents remains steadfast and paramount. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, our joint position is clear. No one, including ourselves or any other individual, will be used to take away the lands of any chief. I repeat, no one, including ourselves or any other individual, will be used to take away the lands of any chief. We are steadfast in our commitment to protecting their interests and preserving the rich heritage of our communities. We extend our assurances to the chiefs that they should remain calm and that we will utilize our influence, authority, and the appropriate government bodies to ensure that their ancestral lands are safeguarded from any unjust encroachment. Our dedication to maintaining peace, unity, and the well-being of our constituents remain sacrosanct and unwavering. Together, let us embark on this journey towards a just and equitable resolution. We call upon all stakeholders, community members, and citizens to join us in fostering an environment of peace, respect, and cooperation.
Well, let's head to Parliament now, where the Speaker, Alban Bagbin, is being criticized for comments during the debate of the second reading of the Human Sexual Rights and Family Values Bill, which made it difficult for members of Parliament who had concerns about the bill to put forward their opinions or dissenting views. The Constitutional and Legal Affairs Committee of Parliament has presented a report that has been adopted by Parliament for further consideration, though 3 legal actions, including an injunction suit, has been filed against the process. Director of Advocacy and Policy Engagement of the CDD, Dr. Kojo Pumpuni Asante, speaking on the probe, expressed dissatisfaction with the intimidating atmosphere that was created in Parliament.
I feel sad. Even statements like all 275 members of Parliament support this. Well, there were, I think, close to maybe 100 MPs in there. And I don't even know if a quorum was satisfied, but there was this eagerness, there was this yearning, this like, okay, the stage is set and we need to get this thing done. But that's what I'm saying, it's missing the point.
He also maintains that the bill is a non-starter and based purely on emotions.
Even Parliament probably cannot even make statements on the floor of Parliament to say, oh, can we rethink this bill? Parliament has even injuncted its own self from trying to change this bill later in the future. And so I think the premise for this bill, and as I said, there's a lot of emotion riding on it.
Ranking member of the Constitution, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs Committee, Bernard Ahiafo, fight off the claims, insisting the Speaker did the best for the House under the circumstance.
Okay. So sometimes, by consensus, if two people here are speaking the same language, then the Speaker will be able to get the sense of the House. So having realized the sense of the House, you are going to put a question. But at the point of putting the question, having regard to the nature of this particular bill, Speaker is not wrong asking, is there anybody
who has a different
view?
Now, the vetting committee of the governing NPP is dismissing claims it has disqualified some aspirants in the flag bearer race. According to the committee, such reports should be treated as speculation because it has not shared details of its report yet. Spokesperson for the Professor Mike Aaron Okwe-led vetting committee, Obiamwa, who would not divulge their findings, said it had concluded its work and presented a report to the party for the continuation of the electoral process. He addressed the media after the committee presented its recommendation on all 10 aspirants to the party on Monday.
And we're giving a deadline, and we've met the deadline. By 2 o'clock, we're here with the General Secretary and his team. We submitted our report. So the process will go on. The General Secretary will take the report through steering committee up to National Council, and the process goes on. So as at this point, there's nothing like vetting committee for me to even be speaking for vetting committee. So if you want anything, you talk to the party, because we finished our work. The committee has concluded its work. So me standing here, technically speaking, I'm not speaking for any committee. I'm just letting you know that we've completed our work. We've submitted a report to the party. If the party is interested in making you know the contents of the report, it's up to the party. So for us as vetting committee, I cannot stand here and tell you about the contents of the report. You can't tell us
whether someone was disqualified or has been qualified?
Even as of Thursday, we heard people were ready to make stories that 3 people, 4 people, 5 people have been disqualified. It's their own speculation.
It's not true?
It's their own speculation.
Do you foresee any disqualification? So we are likely to see some being dropped.
You can't go and create your own headlines, whether we are likely to see or we are not likely to see. The party has a report. The report is in the custody of the party. If the party is interested in letting the public know any part of the report, it will be up to the party. It's not for us as committee members to let you know the contents of the report. And otherwise, why did we even go there to present to you? You could have had a press conference and read the report.
Was the committee-
We've submitted a report to the party. On the face of it, the party is very satisfied. If the party has any issues, they'll come back to us.
Did they raise some concerns? Or
The party,
yeah.
the report that we submitted to them,
Exactly.
so far they haven't raised any concerns.
Now, former Minister of Environment, Professor Frimpong Boateng, has invoked the wrath of God on all persons engaged in illegal mining activities, destroying forests, water bodies, and the environment. According to the former chairman of the Interministerial Committee on Illegal Mining, no individual participating in Galamsey and other activities that degrade the environment will be spared God's punishment. He was addressing a breakfast meeting by the Kumasi chapter of the Full Gospel Businessmen's Fellowship to mark its 40th anniversary. There's more in this report.
Professor Frimpong Boateng has in recent times been vilified and commended for his report on the Interministerial Committee on Illegal Mining, which names some politicians and influential persons for their alleged involvement in Galamsey. Addressing the Full Gospel Businessmen's Fellowship in Kumasi, the former Minister of Environment used scriptures to drum home his campaign for the protection of the environment.
When we are destroying our environment, you see, we are not alone. All the other creatures of God are very important. God created us so that we take care of them. There are many cattle as well in Ghana. So we have bears that take care of the dead animals so that we don't get sick, vultures and so on. When was the last time you saw a vulture? Because if you attack, vultures need tall trees, and these animals and these bears. If you destroy their habitat, if you destroy their food, source of water, they will die. Imagine us. If somebody comes here, he's more powerful than us, he bulldozes our houses, takes away our water, our food. What will happen to us? So we are supposed to take care of these things, and we are messing up God's thing, and we think we are smart. God is not happy with that. If you look at the book of Revelations 11 verse 18, the nations are angry because your wrath have come. The time has come for you to punish the dead and to reward the servants, the prophets, the saints who revere your name. And the last line is, and to punish those who destroy the earth.
Professor Frimpong Boateng says Christians should be ready to speak the truth and face the consequences.
These are the things that make me who I am, standing for God. So my point is that if we could get Christians, not many, good people, 1,000 is too much for Ghana, who will get up each morning and say, Lord, thank you for giving me life. What do I have to do today to make my workplace a better place? If a church, how many pastors will say, what do I have to do to make this enterprise a good place? Taxi drivers, what do I have to do to make this job good so that my madam or my master, shopkeepers, this. And then you do what you have to do without any selfish motives. This country will change. I believe that. And I want to be part, I'll be part of that. I will tell the truth and face the consequences.
For Joy News, Nana Boachitankwa reporting.
Now imagine 362 pupils having to use only 62 classroom dual desks. That was the situation at the Zwarungu Primary School in the Bolgatanga East District of the Upper East region, a situation which resulted in the poor academic performance of the children and the dwindling population of the school. Help has, however, arrived, with the Silas Amwa Foundation donating 60 dual desks to the Zwarungu Primary School to help reduce the furniture deficit in that institution. Correspondent Albert Sori reports.
This is how pupils of the Zwarungu Primary School, some of Ghana's future leaders, sit to take classroom instructions from their teachers on the bare, cold cement floors of their classrooms. It is the same when their lunch is served by their school feeding caterer. They eat sitting on the bare floors. These are the junior classes of the school, primary 1, 2, and 3, the stages of basic school where grasping the fundamentals for the rest of their education is crucial. But without the furniture, it is extremely difficult to concentrate, let alone take down lesson notes. There are nearly 400 pupils in this school and only 62 dual desks. School authorities were therefore compelled to give those desks to the pupils in the senior classes. But even for them, the desks are not enough.
Sometimes we usually sit down and learn, and it was making learning difficult for some of us. Sometimes we only sit on the floor during examinations to write, and it was making learning very difficult.
It was very difficult for us to study because we didn't have furniture in our school, especially during examination. We had to pay to write, but our teachers didn't allow us because they thought we would cope. So it was a very hectic one.
The Silas Amoah Foundation has, however, come to the aid of the Zwarongo Primary School by donating 60 dual desks to them. The charity organization, founded by young politician and businessman Matthew Silas Amoah, also donated 5 desktop computers for the school's ICT lab and 10 boxes of street lamps to aid the children study at night.
It's not proper at this age that children lie on their tummy to write. It's not right. We decided to make these donations for them. We gave them poles for their football fields. I'll bring 2 sets of jersey for them, and they also requested that in the night, it's very dark out here. You know, sometimes students who live around do come here to study at night. So we also pledge that we'll get them 10 boxes of street lights so that to lighten up the place during the night. The school has produced so many great men in society. So it's just left with we, the individuals, to come on deck to relax some little amenities. And Ghana Education Service, government alone cannot, take the whole responsibility. So individuals, NGOs, politicians like myself, we can come to their aid. So I think once we get the needed support for them, it should be one of the best schools in the region.
Headmistress of the Zwarongo Primary School, Selina Baba, said the donation from the Silas Amoah Foundation had come at the right time.
It has been a long time since they have given us furniture supply. We have waited and waited, we never had some. We have a population about 362 at the moment, but the good desks that we have in the classroom, they are just about 62 when you count. Most of the times, the teachers bring in their laptops, just one, to the classroom to teach and demonstrate. And one computer alone in a class of 50, it will not work. He only stands in front there, explains, and let them come one after the other to look at it. And this consumes the time of the learners. So these 5 computers donated to us, it will help our children a lot. Really, the number of furniture that has been supplied today, we are very grateful for the donor. But the fact is that it will not still be enough. We still need more. But it will help. It will help us solve the problem a little.
Reporting for Joy News, Albert Sorry, Zwarongo.
In our next story, a fierce battle for academic supremacy in Ghana's northern belt is in the offing as 3 schools from the northern region, including Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia's alma mater, the Tamale Senior High School, clash in a Tamale derby with Tamale Islamic Science SHS and Ghana Senior High School. While the Lions of Damascus aim at devouring their prey to win the zonal championship for the 3rd consecutive year, Tamale Islamic Science SHS and Ghana SHS say they are readying themselves to hunt the lion. Meanwhile, Upper West's Lone Star St. Francis Xavier Seminary is hoping to rewrite history by clinching the 2023 Northern Zonal Championship of the NSMQ. Emmanuel Bright Kweku now brings us highlights.
Great Ghana School, the home of learning. Great Ghana School, the route to success. You deserve the glory, you deserve the honor that we got in our school.
Apart from Ghana School, there's no other school that will win this regional championship in the northern zone.
Are you sure? Because you are on Tamale's campus, Damascus. It could be. And interestingly, they call themselves the Lions. Can they devour you?
if they call themselves the lions, then we will call ourselves the hunters.
We have not won until we are able to kill the lion. Yes. And we are here to do that. Yes. We shall truncate the joy of the lion. Yes.
They should just pray that we shouldn't meet them, because they should just drop here. Because if the judge can come there, we are going to bisect them. Like we're going to cut them to segments and trade them. As we stand now, all the lions, they are gone, 11 lizards. So now we are coming back for them. We are coming back for the lions.
You can see it's excitement for the students from Tamale Secondary School. They are currently the defending champions in the Northern Zonal Championship of the National Science and Math Quiz.
Feel great, and we're happy for that, and we thank Allah for making us through this successfully. Yeah, we are hoping of winning the trophy again for the third time, which is highly difficult to make in the country. And we pray that our next contest will make it through again.
When I spoke with Ghana Secondary School, they tell me if you are the lions, they are coming as hunters and they are going to kill you. So tomorrow we are having the finals. They are already seeded. You are also seeded. What is going to happen between you and then Ghana Secondary School? Ta-ta-ta. Ta-ta-ta is going to happen.
We will kill them. We will kill
them. Watch out! They come. We will hunt them. We will kill them.
Arise, observers arise. Observers to defend the cause of justice and spirituality, to defend the goals and objectives of Mother Xavier.
St. Francis Xavier is a seeded school from the Upper West region. Some of your colleagues up there have already left, so it will be more like you are now representing the whole of Upper West region.
I think our motto is Lumen Splendor, which means let our light shine. So it's not always surprising when we let our light shine, and that's what we want to do, to let this light, which will become the light of the whole Upper West, shine and probably put Upper West on top.
For 5 years, we hadn't qualified for the quarterfinal. We hadn't gotten to the quarterfinal stage of the competition. So everyone was let down, and so the support was not out there. So until last year, when we got to the quarterfinals, we won the support and the trust of the students again. And so we are trying to do things differently so that we will continue to excel.
Atabir. Atabir. So these are the students from Tamale Islamic Science Senior High School, and they just qualified, and so far they have the highest score. They are qualifying with some 51 points as compared to their city rivals, Tamale Secondary School, Tamasco, who was able to garner some 40 points. Given your performance so far, do you think, are you confident that tomorrow you are going to win this trophy and then make a history for your school?
Yeah, we are confident that we are going to win as usual, and the confidence there is natural for us. So we are not intimidated by any school here.
When knowledge speaks, wisdom must listen. You know, we're here to conquer. When we came here, those kids here, those kids, they were trying to infringe us with their faces, you know. But as we all know, right, we are Tamale Islamic Science Senior High School. That means that we are bred with science education. All the other schools are just taking it from us. The trophy must come to Tamale Islamic Science Senior High School. You get it? It must come.
That's it, students from Tamale Islamic Science Senior High School. They are telling me any other school, Tamasco, be it Tamasco, Ghana Senior High School, even St. Francis Xavier, who is representing from the Upper West region, it doesn't matter. They are here just to answer the questions between them and then the quiz mistress. And then any other school, there's no competitor at all. They are coming as the super hunters, they tell me, from here in Tamale. My name is Emmanuel Bright Kwiku. Atabir. Atabir.
Let's take a stab at the international front now. And Nigeria's president and new chairman of ECOWAS, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has issued a resolute declaration. Coup d'etats will no longer be tolerated in West Africa. Now, highlighting the region's unwavering stance, he emphasized the regional body would vehemently oppose any attempts at overthrowing legitimate governments. Now, while acknowledging the challenges of democracy, President Tinubu insisted it was the most effective system of governance. The Nigerian president was speaking at the 63rd ordinary session of the Authority of Heads of State and Government in Bissau, Guinea-Bissau, where he assumed the ECOWAS chairmanship from Guinea-Bissau's President Umaru Sissoco Embalo.
We will not allow coup after coup in West Africa separation. We will take this up seriously with African Union and it's to the European Union and Britain and America. Take it up. It's a challenge. Yes, democracy is very tough to manage, but it's the best form of government. And we also ascribe to it. We must bite back. We can't sit like toothless bulldog and ECOWAS. For the confidence reposed in me, I pledge to you, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, that I will do my best. I am just new. This is my first. I'm giving a surprise package. We will work collectively to pursue inclusive economic integration of West Africa sub-region. We should serve a warning to exploiters that our people have suffered enough. We should make a pledge here that in furtherance of our region's economic recovery and growth, we will commit to democracy and promote democracy and rule of law.
It's a wrap for the news. Up next, the news review. Do stay.